I have a couple more things that I want to show today. This, for those of you who can see, is a docking station for my iProducts, because it kind of is compatible with a lot of different devices, and it looks a lot like a boombox. For those of us who can remember what a boombox was.
Can you move that up just a little for me?
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Is that okay?
It's better.
Okay. I can turn it.
Yes. Thanks. Perfect.
So, and this lovely boombox, right now I have my iPod Nano, which is a couple of generations old, and it's on, basically you plug it, you dock it, right? So it's a docking station, so there's actually a physical connection between the device and the speakers and the dock, right? And what it does is it amplifies, or it acts as a speaker system for your iProduct. Obviously there are different types of docking systems. This is just one example. There's hundreds upon hundreds of these things out there. Excuse me. I'm going to turn it on. And press play. And it has really beautiful sound. I'm going to go a little louder just so you guys can hear the quality. No distortion. There's no distortion, like I said, and it also comes with a remote control, which I'm going to try to use from out in the audience somewhere. Hopefully I won't trip over anything. Okay. Let's see. Well, this is an infrared remote control actually, so.
Wow. That's old school.
It's very old school.
Yeah.
And it's not working, of course. Come on now. I tested this so many times today. You guys have no idea.
It likes the song.
Huh?
It likes the song.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah,
Let's see what's going on over here. Yeah, well, trust me, the remote control works. And for many of you who have been to my presentations before, you'll know that it's not totally uncommon for something to not work as well as I'd like it to, but that's quite all right.
You've had great success rate here, though.
Is the docking station specific to a device, or can you do a shuffle on that? And
This one is actually, you cannot do a shuffle. And I'll tell you why, because the connector that's on here is the classic 30-pin connector of iDevices. So you can do it. You can do pretty much any generation of Nano, of iPod Touch, classic iPod, iPhone, except for the iPhone 5, of course, which has the newer connector. So I'm going to actually replace my little Nano here, my trusty little companion, with my old iPhone. So here's my thoughts on something. What do you do with your old iPhone once you get a new one? Well, you can recycle it and make it into your sound system phone.
Oh.
Right? So now if I plug this into my docking station here, and I magically connected with yet another Bluetooth device called my Bluetooth remote control. Just a little remote control that, this one I know works, thankfully.
keep working.
There it is, it's working. So I can, okay.
Screen locked.
There you go. But you get my point, right? So again, this is a device. I'm gonna kind of step over here and step outside for a minute. get the idea. I don't have to be in front of it for it to work. This is one of my other little things that I do at home is, again, from the laundry room.
Would you define docking station?
I'm sorry?
Would you define docking station?
Absolutely. A docking station is usually something that is a device that usually acts as a speaker component to your device. Some of them have alarm clocks, some of them have other features, but predominantly a docking station is meant to be a speaker system to work with your whatever your device is. Obviously for the purposes of this presentation, it's the iDevice, the iDevices. But there's docking stations for other types of MP3 players, other types of phones, and stuff like that. But anytime you hear the word dock, it means that there has to be a physical connection between the two devices. So there's actually a cradle on this device where my iPhone slides in and then plugs at the bottom, which is the same kind of plug that I would use to charge I would use the same plug to charge my iPhone. It plugs in at the bottom, and through that connection, the music or the sound, because I can do my navigation on here too. So, I can still come to my device.
8:41. Unknown album. Thursday.
Right, and I can go to
Unknown album. Charging device back. Slide to unlock.
unlock. Let's turn the volume down a little.
Music. Songs. Store. Button.
Right, and I can navigate
Songs.
my
Store.
iPod and listen to everything that's on here. So it's not just limited to my music. It's I can do my books. I could just use this as a place where
Screen lock.
I charge my iPhone while I'm surfing the web on it. I mean, it could be used for anything. But just anytime you hear the word dock, the implication is that that whatever your mobile device is will be permanently paired. The cool thing about this particular docking station is because it's kind of like a boombox, it does have a battery compartment, so you can take it with you to the beach. It's really cool.
And really heavy.
It is kind of heavy, right? But
But still, it has
it's
a
not like
beautiful sound.
it's kind of like one of those ghetto blasters that people used to walk around the city with. Remember?
Yes.
On their shoulders. I never understood that movement, but there you go. I have. Yes.
So, since the phone is in the docking center, you use another item to control it with? Or?
You can and you don't have to. So I have a Bluetooth. I'm going to put it on my docking station. It's a Bluetooth remote control. I paid like $25 for it. I bought it off of Amazon. It's also a Satechi product. It's like a cheap, flimsy little plastic thing, but it really works well. It only has several buttons. It has control, a power, power on and off switch, then play and pause, next track, previous track, up and down volume, stuff like that. So it's very simple in its nature, but it really serves a very nice purpose.
Gus, how do you pair that? Does that pair like a speaker or more like a keyboard with a code or?
Keyboard with a code.
Okay.
Yeah. It actually, again, for those of you who can see, there's a panel that slides down in the front, and there's 2 rows of numbers on here, plus an enter key and a pairing key. So I have to press the pairing key to enter pairing mode. Then the iPhone would give me a code. I punch it in and press return, and then it's paired, and then I can slide that back up, and it's just a little remote control. So it's quite a complex little device. It's not like a super, you know what I mean. It's complex, but once it's paired, the functionality is really beautiful. All right, one more thing, and then we're almost done. So my last item, and this is one of my favorite things, is I'm going to take my assistive technology and make my assistive technology a peripheral. So my iPad is now going to become my remote control. And
That's what you're going to show Apple TV?
That's what I'm doing right now. Thanks for ruining it for me.
Oh, was that, oh,
That was one of the surprises they mentioned on the flyer.
oh,
Kidding.
thank you, Lisa.
Big math. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. So this is an iPad. This is one of our older iPads. And Sherry, you'll tell me if I'm getting this right. And then I think it's 1, 2, poof.
TV? Wait, which one do you want?
I want an HDMI.
Oh, you want to go the other way?
The other way.
Yeah.
3 the other way?
HDMI is 2 the other way now. There you go.
Is that right?
Yes.
Okay, let's see if this works.
223.
So I'm going to turn my iPad on.
223. 223.
It says no signal.
Huh?
It says no signal.
What does?
The screen.
Slide to unlock.
Oh, then maybe it's
Thursday,
different.
March 6th. Thursday,
It's a different
March 7th.
HDMI thing.
Oh,
See if there's any others.
there's one next to it.
To the right?
Yes.
What does that say?
It says HDMI 2 connecting.
This one better works.
This
This is
says
nice.
no signal too.
Okay, we'll figure it out.
Slide to unlock. Remote.
I'm gonna activate my remote app. Give me 1 second.
Remote. Connecting to Apple TV.
Okay,
Previous. Dimmed.
great.
Next. LCD key. Gesture control. Button. Selected. Previous. Dimmed. Gestures. Tap to select.
Anything happening on there?
No, no
Connecting to
signal.
Apple TV. Previous.
Okay. Tell me what are the options here?
There's the first one is TV, AV1, not RBG, PC, HDMI 1, and you're on HDMI 2.
Let's try HDMI 2. I mean 1.
That's
Anything there?
It says connecting.
Okay, we'll see. Sometimes you hate technology, don't you?
It says no signal.
This is why I never change things at home. Okay, we're gonna go this. We're gonna go one at a time until we figure it out.
There's our GB PC.
This is what the document camera.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah.
Can you see the
iPad, yeah.
Okay. Okay, we're gonna try one more.
There's AV1.
1, 2, that one.
That's TV, cable TV.
What's that? That's the
camera, docking camera.
Okay, 1, 2, got.
HDMI 2. Are you sure the TV is hooked up properly?
Yeah, because I had it.
Yeah.
Previous. Dimmed. Button. Search field.
It was working before.
Double tap.
People,
Search
I
field.
promise.
Double tap to
I can
edit.
vouch for it.
Sherry, can you do it?
Yeah, we want me to.
Can you just come up and just play with it until you get the image on there?
Asking me to please technical person.
Just press the input button at the top.
Okay.
You got that?
Yeah.
And then just go through the different channels that are there, so until you find the Apple TV, because
Previous. Dimmed.
we have to.
Play. Dimmed. Button. Now LCD key. Gesture control.
Wait.
Button.
How do you
Change
move to
library.
get to the?
Oh, let me show you.
Sorry,
Let me show
I
you.
don't know.
That's fine. So you press this button first, and then left, right, right, left, and then enter is the center.
Okay.
Okay?
Thanks.
No, thank you.
Music and app. Change library. Mute songs. Selected.
Because that's to
Dimmed.
you know
Play.
that doesn't
Dimmed.
look
Next.
right.
Gesture control. Button. Selected. Previous. Dimmed. Button. Gesture. Connecting to Apple TV. Previous. Dimmed. Button.
Yeah, it just says no
Previous.
signal.
Dimmed. Play. Next. Dimmed. Play. Dimmed. Button. Gesture control. Button.
You
Selected.
know.
Previous. Dimmed. Button.
Thank you for your patience, everybody. I promise you this actually works.
Does this AV mode button have anything to do with it?
Try it.
Off.
He said it was too...
Cinema. It says off, cinema, sport.
Oh no, I think that's just a mode.
Off. Okay. So I just leave it off?
Let's try one more time. Yeah, just leave it off.
Okay.
Try, so go back to the document camera and then it's two either to the right or to the left of that. Otherwise, I'm gonna give up.
Tap to select. Drag to navigate.
Okay, that's the docking camera.
Okay, and then press the menu button again, or the input button. And then go two in either direction.
Okay.
I guess two in one direction is TV and the other
Yeah,
is
that's HDMI 2.
Press that.
Yeah. We did.
Menu.
Yeah, no signal.
Menu.
Nothing?
Mm-mm.
Did it disconnect from the
Connecting to
back?
Apple TV.
Oh, now it's
Previous.
working.
Dim.
Brilliant.
All right, thank you people for your patience. So here I am on my...
Previous. Dimmed. But search
Oh,
field.
I have to go to the hand gestures.
Previous. Select next. LCD. Gesture control button. Gesture control.
Okay.
Previous. Dimmed. Button.
So I'm able to, just by running my finger across my iPad,
Gestures.
if it would work,
iTunes.
come on.
Previous. Dimmed. Button. Pre-plug neck. LCD. Gesture control. Previous. Dimmed. Button. Gestures. Connecting to Apple TV.
It's not letting me connect for some reason. I hate this thing.
Dimmed. Play. Dimmed. Button.
Anyway, let me just tell you what it does because I use it all the time at home. This device becomes my remote control. And what I do is instead of having to tap fingers across, tap buttons or anything like that, my fingers on the screen become the remote control. So as I'm moving, focus of VoiceOver moves on my screen as well. And for some reason, it just won't do it, and I don't know why.
Play. Neck. LCD. Gesture control. Selected.
And by tapping once, I select something. I can play movies. I can play my favorite television programming.
Just.
Yeah, and every time I try to do something, it just messes
Using
up.
gesture.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do.
Previous. Dimmed. Button.
Sorry, people.
So this device is used for more than one thing. You said the TV,
Yeah.
like a remote?
The iPad is a remote because I downloaded a remote app from iTunes, which in effect makes my device into a remote control. And then I'm going to see if I can do it with my iPhone because maybe it'll work with that. And basically, I have in the palm of my hand a touchscreen remote control and my Apple TV, which is also accessible.
Messages. Photos.
Let's see what we can do here. Let me just try one last thing, and then if not, we're going to just give up.
Page 2. Reminders. Double tap to page 3 of
And leave the room crying miserably.
No, no.
Flicks and entertain. Miscellaneous folder.
Let's see.
Miscellaneous. Color ID remote.
Remote. Connect. Find it.
Remote. 3 of 3 bars. Wi-Fi signal string.
Three.
Apple TV. Button.
Apple TV.
Apple TV. Change light.
Oh.
Apple TV. Done. Button. Gestures.
Ah, we got it.
TV, music, computers, button, 4 of 5.
Okay. So now I'm going to go to my...
Home sharing. iTunes libraries that have home sharing turned on using Gus. Music. TV shows, movies, button, Netflix, button, Hulu Plus,
So I'm going to
button.
go to my Hulu account.
Accessing Hulu Plus.
Good.
1 of 1. In Hulu Plus.
Good.
Popular and recommended. Favorites and queue. Button.
My favorites, all the shows that I watch regularly.
Accessing Hulu Plus. 1 of 1. In favorites and queue. The Carrie Deception. 3 of 11.
Deception, my favorite new soap opera.
In show page.
It's
9.
awesome.
Good luck with your death. Button.
Good Luck
3
with
of
Your
11.
Death was the name of the last episode.
In 9. Good luck.
And all I'm doing is tapping the screen and it's going through these various screens and now it's going to start playing.
The following program is brought to you with limited commercial interruption by American Airlines.
Two companies are
They do
taking
show
the best of
commercials, so what are you
themselves
gonna do?
to create
I'll
something
just-
better. So let's introduce
They're really
ourselves
short,
to
so
you.
I'll just wait and show one, and then I'll stop it. But I just wanted you guys to kind of see.
The new American is arriving.
In the effort to rush Lyritrol to market, lives were lost. My father is
I
ultimately
can
responsible
pause it
for
by
everything.
tapping the screen.
Is this connect-
I can start it again by tapping the screen.
Anyway, to your sister's
I can fast forward by
Your son, what
dragging
is
my finger on the
Not
screen.
my son, not anymore.
All I'm doing is swiping my finger to the right, and then I tap to stop the fast forward.
It's a really great story.
Okay.
That file was on a zip
Fast
drive.
forward through the commercials?
In the hitman's car.
Do they allow you to do that?
You probably can, but I don't have the, it kind of takes a little acuity, so to speak. You know, like I wouldn't be able to tell where the commercial ended, and I find that I would probably be more frustrated trying to do that than not.
Back up, go forward.
Yeah, but one other thing. When the iPad, the iPhone and the iPad apps differ in a way. The wonderful thing about the iPad app, when it's working, is you can actually create a queue on your iPad so that it's controlling your Apple TV and you don't have to do anything other than just sit back and let your queue play. So you can say, play this episode of this show, play this episode of that show, play this episode of that show, and don't bother me, you know, until it's done. And it just does everything. So it creates this queue, or even a queue that you can come back to. And it's a really, the control on the iPad is a little bit better because you have more room to move around. That's why I wanted to show it initially on the iPad, but the iPhone will do. Obviously, if the iPad fails, go to another device. Lynette, you had a question?
No, I was just going to make a comment. Honestly,
Sure.
there's only one commercial usually shown, so it's not like regular TV. Where
Oh
you
no,
have
they
like
show
5 or 6.
commercials with Hulu. They show commercials at every commercial break, but it's only a single like 20 second.
commercial.
Yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. You're right. It's very short.
Yeah.
So, but this is like it just boggles my mind how they've come up with a way to even make my iPhone a remote control. And the way that this works, bringing it all back to the beginning of the session, is through a Wi-Fi connection. So my Apple TV and my iPhone are both logged into my same Apple account, right? Which is my account. And they're both connected to my Wi-Fi transmitter. And through that Wi-Fi connection and through the iTunes connection, they can now, the Apple TV and the iPhone can now talk to each other. So, you know, again, I hate that on one level I hate that this presentation was very Apple-centric, but you really can't deny the accessibility and the seamless, yeah, it really is a seamless ecosystem that they've created, and there's just so much valuable material out there, and there's so many wonderful products that just that really make life a lot easier. And I think we're going to end on that note. Thank you so much for being here, everybody. And thank you for being patient for my little snafus. And any questions before we complete the afternoon? Yes, Karen.
Yeah, I wanted to know, could you connect, like I have the Time Warner cable, could you connect cable to your Apple TV?
No. Unfortunately, the cable systems in the United States are not